Lorenzo Escobal here, and I'm actually here in New York City right now. So I actually do have a TV interview with BoldTV, Channel 16, New York. So showtime is at 12 p.m. Noontime, and it's talking about entrepreneurship. So you know what's really interesting about here in New York is that it's a city that really doesn't sleep. So it's everything is lively here. There's a lot of interesting characters here, and you know, just walking around the streets from homeless people to your normal 9-to-5 jobs. People, a lot of entrepreneurs here, and it's just amazing just being surrounded in this kind of environment, because it just shows us to what's possible here and what you can do. So yeah, so we're going to be uploading it on Facebook, and there will be a link available for my interview talking about entrepreneurship, the automotive detailing industry, and also my work with companies like Tesla, just to name a few. So this is going to be really exciting, and I'll talk to you guys soon.
Lorenzo Escobal, he's the founder of Inception Auto Detailing. He's here to tell us all about his auto journey.
Welcome, Lorenzo. Thank you for having me here. So why auto detailing? Like, why did you select that industry?
It was actually by accident, because of the fact that, well, I'm a car guy, first of all, and I've always been into cars. So this was something where I didn't really plan on getting into initially, but it was more of out of necessity. So the story behind it was actually during first year in university. So at the time it was during, you know, we were still under the recession. So I tried to apply for, you know, so many jobs, like in a lot of places. And
you didn't get many callbacks. Huh?
No, I didn't. I got a lot of rejections, right? So, you know, just like any other college student, and, you know, you're just a regular guy, you have bills to pay. So that was a time when I just, you know, decided to start my own business, because I needed to make money somehow to pay the bills, right? And ever since I got my first car, it was a Genesis Coupe. So I'm like I said, I'm a big car guy, and I love taking good care of it. So I started working on my car, and then eventually some of the other club members, they started asking me to do their cars, and that's how pretty much it kind of expanded. And ever since I graduated, it's just been full time ever since.
Now, the show I immediately thought about was Pimp My Ride. So is it that concept?
Everyone's seen that.
Yeah, but is it that concept of like taking an old raggedy car and really giving it an extreme makeover with a paint job and all of the bells and whistles?
Not much of a paint job, but it's more on actually making used cars look like new, just as if you bought it. So we call it the new car driving experience, because we like to provide clients.
You put the new car smell in there?
Of course.
Oh, yeah, that's a must. That's a must.
Yeah, of course. So, you know, we work on a lot of high-end cars, a lot of luxury vehicles like Tesla, Porsche, Mercedes, you know, just to name a few. We've done McLarens, Ferraris, Lamborghinis. So yeah, it was very good. So it's like, you know, from these old, you know, used cars, we just make them look like new, because a lot of clients, they just want to feel that new car experience again.
So where are you based?
We're based in Toronto, Canada, in a city called Oakville, in one of the suburbs.
Oh, so you're Canadian.
Yeah, Canadian.
It's always hard to tell the difference.
It is. It really is.
Really, how so?
So you clearly know what you're doing, because your company won Consumers' Choice Awards for Best Automotive Detailing.
Yes.
That's impressive.
Thank you.
Any U.S. expansion plans?
We are actually in the talks right now as well, too, with one person in Connecticut. So we are looking to expand here,
right
but
down
also
the street here.
In Europe. Yeah, also in Europe as well.
So tell us about your story. Where are you originally from? How did you end up in Ontario? And why cars?
So I was born in the Philippines, in Manila, and I came into Canada in 2002 with my family. So it was just, you know, more for a better life, you know, because coming from a third world country, you know, there was a lot of struggles in the beginning, and then we pretty much worked our way up, and then
hustle.
That hustle, that's right. And you know, my family and a lot of us Filipinos, like we were born and raised to work for somebody else, but I was the first one in my family where I actually became a business owner, an entrepreneur, where I had a lot of struggles going uphill challenges. I had a lot of people, you know, trying to steer me away from the business world, just because, you know what, there's a lot of risk. There's a lot of people who lose their money. But, you know, I'm such a rule breaker that I decided not to follow my parents' advice and then just do my own thing. So that was actually a first. And then I managed to prove myself. And the
Well,
fact
Filipino culture tends to
Yeah.
emphasize, my cousins are Filipino, they
Yeah.
emphasize medicine because it's very stable.
Either you're a
right?
doctor, engineer, you're a teacher,
Right.
but never a business owner.
And in the auto industry. So do you employ some of your family members? Do they work
No,
with
actually,
you?
no. No,
Okay.
there's no family involvement.
How many people on your team?
So depending on the time of the season, summer times is usually the busier time. So usually we have about 8 to 10. Winter is about half, just because in Canada, not everybody would likes to pay a couple $1,000s, to which we charge. There's clients where they pay up to $15,000 to do some work on their cars.
Wow.
So during
But
the
these
winter
are
time,
extremely valuable cars.
yeah, also your everyday cars as well, your Tesla cars as well. So there's actually owners where they wanted some specific work done on their cars, where we put these specialized products where it actually protects the paint from road wear, and it's like a transparent film. And then a lot of people like this, so there's a lot of demand to the fact that we've been specializing in that work ever since.
What's your favorite car you've ever worked on personally? You on
okay.
scrubbing a car.
Personally, I really enjoy the Lamborghini Aventador. That's one of my
that's
favorites. The
fun.
Oh, that's a
McLarens
beautiful
as well
car.
too. Yeah, so I actually have a very good relations with one of my clients, where he essentially gave me the second keys where I could use it anytime during summer. So it's great.
Wow. And you are 26 years old.
26, yes.
You're pretty young.
You know, a lot of people at 26 don't have their, we'll put it nicely, stuff together. What is your advice for them?
My advice is really, no one can dictate as to how you want to live your life, so you decide as to how you want to live it. And also the fact that surrounding yourself with like-minded individuals is really good, because it helps you grow, right? So having mentors, having business coaches is really important as well too, because a lot of times where you can actually learn from experienced business owners and entrepreneurs where they're far more successful than you. You learn from their mistakes, so you know what not to do and you know what to do. And then just pretty much just going out there. Don't be afraid to network. Don't afraid of failing. Don't be afraid of losing things as well. But then also just do good things, right? So there's a lot where I am giving back to the community. So I'm actually have done some contribution in South Africa, where I'm doing some charity work with the Mandela family. So one of the Nelson Mandela's grandsons, Ndaba Mandela, he's a very good friend of mine. So I was actually there in November, where I made a contribution. I attended a gala there at their house, and and I said I wanted the money to go to help pay for school supplies and tuition costs for the impoverished kids.
Man,
That's
what
impressive.
Entrepreneur
Lorenzo turned
from
philanthropist.
Fresh off the boat, hanging out with the Mandelas.
That
big
is
deal.
No big deal. That's amazing.
Talking about climbing the ladder.
Yeah, but leveraging your platform
Yes.
through philanthropy, that's so important. A lot of
Oh, for sure.
entrepreneurs want to get to that point where they have money to give back. So that's really inspiring
Thank
to
you.
hear. It's been such a great, just such a pleasure to chat with you today,
Yeah,
Lorenzo.
likewise.
It's so impressive, and congrats on all the work
Thank you
you're
for having
doing
me here.
with
Yeah,
the Mandela
I'm jealous
family.
of all the cars. I live in New York. I don't have a car. I have a parking space, but no car. It's very sad. It's a sad, sad life.
Well, it's New York. You don't need a car to get
Well,
around.
I live in New
so-
Jersey. I do have a
Yeah.
car. If you want to do a little detail work with my car. Thanks for joining us again,
Thank you for having
Lorenzo.
me here. Hey everyone, it's Lorenzo here. So I actually finished my interview with BoldTV, and I have to say that it's quite the interview, to the fact where it was very blessed to actually talk about my entrepreneurial story, how I came from the Philippines and how I started a business, because it was actually out of necessary. And just the one thing I wanted to add, where a lot you've seen with the media features where I've actually been featured in magazines, TVs, and radios. And what I noticed is that like every business needs to have publicity. And this is something that I'm very happy that I actually understood and caught on early, and how it's actually very beneficial, because it teaches you how to stand out from your competition. So, I gotta give credit to my publicists, Karen and Matthew, for this, where they went on beyond their job description as to land the media interviews, and being featured on Entrepreneur Magazine, upcoming Forbes USA Fast Company Magazine. Just talking about my story and talking about the things we do. So, thank you, Karen and Matthew, for that. And here we are in the Big Apple, so it's nice that I got the interview here, and I look forward to coming back here. All right, take care.
You,